This place didn't need much. It needed time. High elevation, long winters, predators, distance. Not exactly ideal conditions for chickens. So instead of building a perfect coop, I treated it like an experiment. This is what it took to find out if chickens could actually live here.
As you can see, there's lots of downed trees that we're going to need to be clearing today.
This didn't start as a chicken coop. It started as an idea in a place that hadn't been touched in a long time. Over the next year, that idea slowly turned into one of the biggest projects we've taken on up here. When we first stood here, there wasn't much you could use. Dead standing trees, falling branches, and years of buildup. Before anything else could happen, all of this had to go. Dead trees are unpredictable, and leaving them near where animals will live just isn't an option. Every tree that came down opened the space a little more. So the first real phase of this project was removal. Once the trees were down, everything got sorted. Small material into burn piles, larger logs stacked and saved. This is where order starts to replace chaos. This trail, the coffeeberry, was cut around the same time. It became a dividing line between what this space used to be and what it was becoming. Burning material up here has to be done carefully. The goal isn't a big fire, it's reduction, kept small, wet, and controlled.
So as you can see, I'm occasionally spraying it. This is just to keep the flames down a little bit. I don't want them to grow too high.
By the end of the day, the difference was obvious. What used to feel crowded was finally open. This area was always meant to be the run. Once that decision was made, the perimeter came next. "25 T-posts set the boundary.
This is probably where we'll build the coop. It's nice, open, semi-sunny.
Winter showed up hard and fast. Progress stopped, but the plan didn't. Over the past 2 weeks, we haven't been able to get back up to our chicken coop project. The area experienced some substantial storms, and as you can see, we are now under about a foot, 14 inches of snow. Once the snow cleared, it was right back to work. A shallow trench around the entire 200-foot perimeter. On the lower half, a tight 1-inch chicken wire goes in. This closes off the gaps, especially for diggers. Instead of straight concrete, I used a soilcrete mix. 4 parts dirt, 1 part Portland cement, and just enough water to make it flow.
Once that cures up, an animal's gonna have a hard time digging through that. This should be just what we need for some added protection. It really locks the fence in there too.
Solid, locked in. Roughly 1,600 pounds went into the ground. With the perimeter secure, the entrance went in next. Wide enough to work comfortably, solid enough to last. Everything here will get used constantly, so it's built simple and strong. The coop itself is built almost entirely from repurposed materials. Pallet stickers, salvaged lumber, whatever could be reused.
Thinking right here looks like as good a spot as any. We've got our structure pretty well leveled in all directions.
Once the structure started tying together, it got noticeably stronger. Even the weather couldn't slow it down much at this point.
We've got our framing done, we've got our bracing done, it's feeling really sturdy. We're almost ready to put our roofing on.
As soon as the roof panels went on, it stopped feeling temporary. Now it feels like a building.
So here's our coop. It's looking pretty good. Hey, we need a roof cap. And maybe some sealant.
From there it was walls, trim, and nesting boxes. Everything designed to be simple, serviceable, and easy to use. Water was designed to be gravity fed, a raised reservoir feeding drippers below. Once the paint went on, it finally felt finished.
Water system. We've got some connectors here connected to a hose, and it's open.
The goal here was reliability. No power, gravity fed. I designed the whole system to run for 2 weeks without touching it, 3 if everything went right. Access is through a keypad lock. Simple, secure, and no keys to lose.
Punch your code and twist to open. We've got an old shed.
The shed was another rebuild. Storage, tools, feed, all in one place.
Got a small makeshift cage built here for our chickens. Got a miniature version of our feeders and our waterers here for them to get used to.
Very basic, simple roof. We've taken some wire and made a simple cylinder that we can use as a compost pile, but we were able to spray the foam on all the seams. Should keep the majority of the bugs away, hopefully. Built a simple overhang here using some of the smaller leftover trusses. Saw some motion on the cameras in the chicken coop area, which is suspicious because there's nothing in there yet. Turns out it was a dog in there, a small dog, and we've finally been able to make it up to check out. It's kind of hard to see, but it's been pulled and ripped. You can see our soil crete's very much intact. That was not the problem. So we built this massive 2,900 square foot chicken run, which is all well and good, but it's huge, and I don't think it needs to be that huge. So I'm gonna divide off about here, connect up right there at that post, and then this second half is for future. Got ahead and got our first coat of red on our shed. Right. We have our fence, our divider fence strung up here.
And 1 week later, it's still just as full as it needs to be,
Which is really good. It means we have no leaks.
and everything is holding tight exactly like it should.
Wires put up. Guy wires essentially anchoring into our fence so that we can string our netting much easier. Alright, it's the big day. It's time for the...
Got our hens. I'm gonna pack them up in their little brooder and begin the journey to the mountain. Alright. Follow me.
We just barely have enough room. We're all packed in.
We've arrived. Let's see how our hens are doing. Are you ready to see your new house? Looks like they found the roost. Quite a bit of the netting put up. I know it's difficult to see, but we've got overlapping coverage in all of this area so far. I have a feeling these guys are going to be pretty cautious and went ahead and scattered some of their treats down the ramp, down to their food. I think it's the moment of truth. There we go. Maybe beginning to explore a little bit. Well, our hens seem to be enjoying their new run area. There's also got some little toys to peck at. And there's mealworms inside of there. We've got full coverage of our netting here. It's not perfect, but it overlaps everywhere. So the blue water bladder didn't end up working. Something got to it. We've got this new tank. We're just gonna get it cleaned up, fill it part of the way up, and we've got some fittings and stuff here that we're gonna be able to get everything connected. All right, we've got our tank filled up to about here or so. That's plenty for what we're needing right now. Got everything connected. Go ahead and open it up. No leaks. So, we've already run into our first problem. They've managed to get out somehow. So I'm trying to gently get them to go back in. I'll find the gate in a second. Go. 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 Okay.
Go.
A little confused. You'll get there. Okay. Well, that was not quite to plan, but in a sense it worked because we figured out what did and didn't work. They did not get into bed on time, and the door closed before they were all in. And the 4-inch fence was absolutely no go. They found a way. So that's the kind of invaluable information that you get during your first full day. We learned a lot. It's a good thing that we didn't just decide to leave. We would not have had any chickens. Alright, well, they're safe in here for the night.
The chickens returned to town while more fencing could be ordered.
1 week later, our chickies are definitely ready to be back up at the cabins. We are on our way. We're gonna be take number 2, see if we can re-secure the chicken run, and hopefully leave our hens this time. Time to go back to the coop. So all of our chickies have come out for a little evening stroll at the end of our daylight, and we are at the end of our 100-foot roll. But we were able to double up almost all of the run. They're enjoying their new life. Giving them watermelon. Good luck, guys. We'll come check on you in a couple of days. Hope you can find your way home tonight. Well, it's been 6 days. We've been remotely monitoring and everything seems good. Alright. Do a quick walk around the perimeter. Everything looks in order. Check on this food. That one's fine. It's dipped maybe ½ inch. There we go. Netting is good over here. Still no eggs, right? No eggs. Okay. Been about 15 days since left our hens here on their own, and let me tell you, they've been thriving. But definitely get these larger sticks out of the way that they've uncovered, and refresh our water situation. No eggs yet, but they're about 3 weeks away from that still. Using more pallet stickers and some plywood, we were able to make a little shelf, organize our shed a little bit better. We also built them a little portable roost. Maybe they want to sit on that in the evenings. I'm gonna empty our waste tray for the first time. It's been a little over 2 weeks. Get this part drug out. Drop it. Get it broke up and spread around in here. They're a little scared. Hi, chickies.
Look at the cheek.
So we're here checking on our water tank. As you can see here, this is where I initially filled it up to. Then we refilled the buckets, the 2 connected and 1 metal one, did some cleaning and tested out the new line and ended up going here. This is when we left it. And then over the course of the 2 weeks we've been gone, it's only gone from here to here, which is an incredibly low usage actually, because we should be able to get a full couple months out of this water supply, and realistically a year or more out of the full container. So nice to have a lot of options that seem to be working well. Refreshing some waters. Got this one filling up. Our netting has quite a bit of debris on it now, but regardless, still holding up very well. Our hens are having a late morning. They have not got out yet. No signs of eggs anywhere yet. We've brought some fake eggs up, so we're gonna go ahead and get those staged. All right, we've got some extra straw added to our nesting areas and a couple of fake eggs put into each side. Hopefully that'll encourage some laying right here in this area. Oh, they barely touched it. And the water, looking pretty good. Didn't give us any eggs. It's just the fake ones. Getting our water, manual galvanized water tank filled up. We've got our food filled up. Our hens are doing well. We were not able to catch anything last night. We'll revisit that in a little while. And we need to do a little cleanup in here. There's a lot of acorns and leaves and stuff that are getting stuck in the fence. We have our very first egg. How exciting.
Yeah.
We're officially laying. Our hens are happy. So it's been another 3 weeks. We're cleaning out our coop. We've restaged our fake eggs, and we had 19 real eggs.
Eggs were the only thing that still needed a human.
We're on the road again, heading up to our chicken coop. Have hired an egg tender, so that's someone local who only lives a mile or 2 away from our chicken setup, who can come once or twice a week as needed and collect the egg. I have a feeling we're gonna see another big batch of eggs today, which is good because that way we can show our new egg tender the ropes and get everything set up. Been doing a lot of cleanup work this morning, getting rid of a lot of acorns and fallen branches that accumulated right here. About 8 wheelbarrow loads. Got a lot of area for the chickens to rummage through again. Went ahead and flipped this log for them. Some new stuff to peck at. Tightened up the fencing a little bit. Our food's good. Our water's good. We've got some egg cartons and a simple logbook to fill out. And yeah. So they're laying in 2 sort of spots. So we met with our egg tender. Seems seems like it'll work out well. And then for now, he's just gonna store the eggs, and until we get our roadside egg stand sale set up, then he can go ahead and load them in there.
This project took nearly a year from idea to reality. I wasn't trying to build the perfect setup. I just wanted something that would work. The experiment wasn't really about chickens. It was about whether this place could support them. Some days it worked better than I expected. Some days it didn't. For now, the chickens are still here. And so is the question. Will this continue to work long term?